Hey everyone, just a quick one today. We had some reveals on the stream, some card reveals, but some of these were pretty significant. They do kind of change the game a bit, so let's kind of just get started. First off, we have Replenishment Angel. This one is Auto Regard Circle. When this unit boosts a Regard, if you have a grade 3 or greater stand Vanguard, Counterblast 1, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, choose up to 2 cards from among them, put them on top of your deck in any order, and then put the rest on the bottom of your deck in any order. So this will help the Solarian deck that is coming out, and also, I guess this kind of helps out the Hexa Orb Sorceress deck, right? You get to stack, but, you know, for CB1, it's pretty heavy, and yeah. I don't know. This is a double R. A lot of people are saying, why is this double R? I don't know, but enjoy pulling a $1 double R when this comes out. I just don't think it's that good. Counterblast 1 for this effect seems pretty bad, right? Next card we have is something that looks really, really cool. Look at this art. Very slick. This is called Causality Dragon, Crucial Dragon. So for some reason there's 2 dragons in the name. Anyway, Regard Circle or Guardian Circle. If your opponent's drive check or damage check revealed a trigger unit this turn, this unit gets plus 10,000 power and plus 10,000 shield. Right? So if your opponent gets damage check, you still hit them for a good amount. Or if they drive check, you can go, this is like extra shield. Although it's still kind of jank like that. And the second effect is Auto Regard Circle once per turn, right? So when this unit attacks a Vanguard while not boosted, put another Regard in the same column as this unit into your soul and perform all of the following effects. First effect is choose one of your opponent's Regards and retire it, and this unit gets power plus 5,000 until the end of that turn, so you're trading 1 for 1. And then the second effect has a cost, which is remove an overtrigger from the drop, and your opponent cannot call grade 1 or greater cards from hand to the Guardian Circle until the end of that battle. So this is a pretty bad card, although it looks very cool. Yeah, it's just that issue, right? It's suffering from success. Looks too good, effect is too bad, right? So I don't know. Feels kind of bad. Like, it looked really cool. Look crazy cool. This is basically Favnia support, I think, because, you know, you play Vanguard centric, then put all the triggers on this guy, and then hey, you can randomly might be able to get a guard restrict off, and then you retire some of this stuff. So yeah, but otherwise, not great. Anyway, moving on, we have Drajeweled masks. So this one was revealed in the anime. This is causing quite a storm. People are saying either this is a really bad card or it's a really good card. I know a lot of the Japanese players seem to be quite hyped, and they're going, this deck is now tier 1. Let's kind of take a look at what this effect is. So this card can only be written from Drajeweled, right? The second effect is act Vanguard Circle once per turn. Remove a card with Drajeweled in its different card name from this unit from your hand, soul, or drop. And then choose 2 cards from your drop, put them into your soul, and this unit gets critical +1 until the end of turn. So this will basically just help your soul charge. You can just put anything that you're missing, right? And 2 of them as well. So generally, yeah, like probably your grade 2 is the one that you're liking. And then maybe like something else, right? Something else. But this basically guarantees that your Soul Blast 4 is going to be pretty easy to pull off, right? And then last effect is Auto on the Vanguard Circle. When this unit attacks a Vanguard, Counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 4 cards with different grades. Choose 2 of your opponent's Regards, retire them, choose one of your opponent's Vanguards, and until the end of turn, increase or decrease its power to 1. So overall, it's similar to the old effect, except now you have to Counterblast 1 for it, which is a bit annoying, right? That's what a lot of people have been complaining about. You do require Counterblast. But then again, like the previous Drajeweled, main grade 3 also had a Counterblast associated with it. It wasn't linked to the Soul Blast 4 effect, but it was linked to the way that you would plus, right? So, you know, if you wanted to have a chance of drawing cards with the previous Drajeweled, you will want to Counterblast 1. And this is a deck that doesn't really plus much, so you kind of want to do that, right? You kind of want to do that. However, this gets you a retire 2 as well. So against certain decks, it seems pretty good because you're like getting like a +1 or a -2 of your opponent. -2 has slightly more value, except if your opponent just runs a deck that doesn't have Regards. But when they do, they feel really, really bad. But yeah, being able to be playing, like with this deck, you can play very, very aggressive. And, you know, if you're going second as well, or going first, either way, you have very, very good offensive turns, right? You can immediately pop off. It's not that hard to go masks and, like, you know, Persona Ride and just go, right? So, very, very scary deck. The only thing that people are complaining about is, like, you know, if you play aggro, the Agors, right? It does require a lot of counterblast, and I know a lot of players have been cutting down on the Agors, but you know, it's just because you know you have Impulsor, which is just like superior in every single way. Just kind of cut down on that counterblast. But this is where the next card comes in. So this is the missing piece. This was shown today, right? They didn't show it. I don't think they showed it before. This is called Cranium and Burner. So auto on the Regard Circle. When this unit attacks, if you have a Vanguard with Jejeweled in its card name, this unit gets power plus 2,000 until the end of that battle. It's pretty good because, you know, your opponent's at 1, getting that 2k, makes your opponent have to guard more. And then at the end of that battle, if you Soul Blasted 4 or more cards at the same time for the cost of your Vanguard's ability this turn, retire this unit and countercharge 1. So there's like no other conditions associated with it. If you use Drajeweled's effect, you can use this effect, and basically, you know, that counterblast 1 becomes free. So basically, this is the missing piece. This is probably what will propel Drajeweled to be a very, very strong deck status, because, you know, now you just don't have to worry about the counterblast, and, you know, it's just a good card, I think. At the same time, though, I did talk about, you know, how people are just cutting Agors, just because, you know, CB1 kind of sucks. The deck itself right now runs around 7 grade 2s because you run the PR and the Agor, and that's pretty much it. So this will help you slot in. This will help you like fill up one of your grade 2 slots, but at the same time, the rest of the deck is very, very, how do you say, it's full, right? There's not that many spaces where you can put in. I'm looking at a lot of the Japanese decks. They're running a lot of the Gungarams, or a lot of the Theorycraft decks. They're running a lot of Gungarams and Swirlers just for that push as well as just like extra soul charge. I know a lot of people love Falcates, but hey, you know what's better than a Falcate? Being able to soul charge like anything, and then you can kind of fill it out with your Drajeweled, the missing pieces, while like soul charging enough to plus and gaining power. That's pretty good, right? But again, that kind of engine does require a lot of space. So where does this fit in? I'm not sure, right? But if you think about it, if you are running less counterblast cards, then you don't need as many of this. So this will just be like maybe fill out your like 1 or 2 flex slots. You don't actually need 4, but it's just a good thing to have, right? A good option to have, and it hits decent numbers under like Drajeweled's effect. So basically, this is the missing piece. I don't know if this is going to be a tier 1. This is basically like in Japan, it's like an incredibly expensive deck for no reason. It's like, I think people are doing the calcs and the theory crafting of the price. They were thinking this is going to be an 80k yen deck. I don't know if I want to spend 80k yen to play this deck, but if it's a strong deck, you know, hey, it's standard, just trigger and over trigger, right? Dark States over trigger sucks, right? So that is pretty much that. I don't know if this will be top tier. Let me know what you guys think. I do think the deck will still be strong regardless, like at least tier 2, right? At least like, you know, not the top, but second, like the second level, you know, where a lot of decks are. Then we also have just the SR version, the secret rare version. As you can see, you know, a lot of the Drajeweled kind of looks cool. He finally opened his eyes, and you get a nice thing. So all the Fujos will be very, very excited. And also, they gave some more reveals for set 11. They basically announced one of the other encounter cards, and that is Dragonic Kaiser Vermilion. So, you know, a lot of people have already been theory crafting this because they saw the Ezel, what comes of Ezel in set 6, and that is Vermilion. So we do get this Narukami Lightning Boy, right? So it should be pretty cool. Big fan of Vermilion, kind of. But yeah, this is one of the encounter highlights coming through, so it should be very... I'm sure people are excited, right? People are excited. Yeah. And then lastly, they do have some supply sets that are pretty cool, so they're releasing a bunch of these in June. You can see the Vermilion there. You know, a bunch of the mask stuff is really nice. Get your Baikos ready, right? Get your Astrayas ready. So all the Leonorns, if you're a Leonorn fan. But yeah, that is it. That is it for today, right? A bit of short discussion. But basically just the Drajeweled stuff. I think the grade 2 might change things. Might turn Drajeweled into a very strong deck. I'm kind of in the camp where it's like I'm waiting to see. Not a huge fan of the deck myself, but I know some of my friends are. So my teammates are very into it too. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you think of Drajeweled right now, and I will see you all tomorrow. Right? Bye.